What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It's HorrorFan34, and welcome to another video. Now, for this video, if you saw my last video that I did where I showed the Blu-ray DVD update, I mentioned that I got the Rocky collection in that update. And now that I have the Rocky collection for my Stallone collection, I figure now it's time to make this video finally. I know my good friend Julie showed her collection of Stallone. God, I need a drink. And basically, she showed off all of the Stallone films that she had in her collection. So I figured, time for me to do mine. Show off all the Stallone films that I have, all the titles that I have of his. I don't have all of his films. Like I'll give you I don't have Stop and My Mom Will Shoot, Driven, Avenging Angelo, Shade, Spy Kids 3. I don't have Rambo Last Blood. I don't have the recent Rambo film that he did. I don't have films like Victory, Rhinestone, or The Specialist. I don't have Assassins. I don't have, but I do have quite a few of his stuff. And I'll first go over and I'll show you guys the two main franchises he's known for. So let's get, and then I'll go into the other films that are like standalone films that Stallone did. So the first one, of course, I'm going to show is the Rocky films on Blu-ray, the Rocky collection that I just showed recently. It's a beautiful looking set. Really like the silhouette of Rocky, and it shows pictures from each Rocky film. You have Rocky 4 in there, him and Apollo, and of course they have Rocky 4 with the American flag. And I like the back when he's on top of the steps. And of course it slides out. That's what it looks like. All the features on the back. And when you open it up, they're all on their separate disc, which is nice. I tell you, when I got this for $15, considering you get Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Balboa, which is great. It's a great price. And they're all on their separate disc as well. So that's really nice as well. But the Rocky films I love. I enjoy all the Rocky films, I don't have any of the Creed films either. I don't have Creed or Creed 2, but I love all the Rockies, but especially Rocky 4 is my favorite. I love Rocky 4. I love the one with Drago and things like that, but that's the Rocky collection. And of course, the other franchise he's known for. We just did a live stream on this. Of course, the Rambo films. This is the special edition 10 that I think is out of print now, and it slides out like this, and it kind of opens like a book. You even get a picture of John Rambo. It's like a little booklet thing. Has some nice, real good photos in there. This set includes the first 3 films, which I love all 3. Especially Rambo 2 is my favorite. And I really like that picture as well, with him in the flag. But yeah, definitely a really great set. Considering it's out of print, it's a really nice thing to have. And of course, the most recent one, Rambo, or one of the other the second most recent Rambo film that he did back in 2008. Figured I'd go with that with the Rambo films. I love this one. I thought this is one of those films that I thought was bringing something back after 20-some years, and they did a hell of a job. Stallone did a great job directing and starring in the film and writing it. He just did a great job with everything. Very violent movie as well. So, of course, those are the main ones, the main things he's known for is Rocky and Rambo. Now we're getting on to the more standalone films that he did. So going in order of the year they came out, the standalone stuff. Nighthawks, very solid movie. Kind of very underrated in my opinion. It's not really a Stallone film that people talk about. Basically, you have two cops in New York, played by Stallone and Billy D. Williams, Lando himself from Star Wars, and they got to go after a terrorist, played by Rutger Hauer. May he rest in peace. I believe this was Rutger Hauer's first American role. You also have Lindsay Wagner, the Bionic Woman herself from the TV show. I need a drink after this video. Whenever I film videos, I lose my voice and I need a drink. I think my throat hates me when I do videos. And actually, directed by Bruce Malmuth. This is the same guy that went on to direct Hard to Kill with Steven Seagal. But very solid flick. Very different look for Stallone, too, with the beard and that hair. I'll tell you that for sure. And the glasses. But I really like Nighthawks. It's underrated. Then you get on to my favorite film that he did, Cobra. Love this movie. It's one of the films that he did that was close to being a horror movie. You know, he does a great job as Lieutenant Cobretti. You have, you know, Brigitte Nielsen. Of course, Brian Thompson as the Night Slasher. Directed by George P. Cosmatos, who did Rambo 2, Tombstone, a lot of other stuff. This is the new Screen Factory Blu-ray of this. So, Cobra. Love the movie. It's my favorite Stallone film. Then, of course, Over the Top. Love this movie. Very underrated. Did not deserve to flop at the box office. I think it has a great heart to it. It's a really good father and son bonding kind of like story with Stallone and David Mendenhall. Really like their dynamic. Robert Loggia. Jesus. Robert Loggia does a great job as the asshole villain of the film, as the grandfather. I mean, over the top. I mean, I love this movie a lot. Mr. Cutler is talking to you. I'm through talking. You know, and he just pushes, what's his name? Terry Funk. Terry Funk, and he just pushes him through the glass. But, over the top. Love it. Then you get on to one of the ones that I absolutely love. I find very underrated. Does not get talked about at all. Lock Up. I'd probably say my favorite dramatic performance by Stallone. When it comes to, like, drama sort of like roles, this is my favorite dramatic role that he did. I absolutely adore Lock Up. Donald Sutherland is a fantastic villain. You have John Amos, Frank McRae, Sonny Landham. Directed by John Flynn, who went on to do a Seagal film, Out for Justice. And he also went on to do Brain Scan as well with Eddie Furlong. But I love this movie, Lock Up. Very underrated movie. My favorite buddy cop movie of all time, Tango and Cash. I mean, hell, it's John Rambo and Snake Plissken. Like, come on now. That's badass right there. Jack Palance is your villain. Tango and Cash is great. Then you get on to my personal favorite Stallone comedy that he did, Oscar. Really fun flick directed by John Landis. You have Stallone. You also have people like Chaz Palminteri. You have Tim Curry. Really fun movie, Oscar. Definitely Stallone's best comedy role, in my opinion. I think Oscar is a fun one. Another one of my personal favorites that Stallone did, Cliffhanger. Love this movie. Basically Die Hard on a mountain. John Lithgow is a great villain. You also have Michael Rooker. You also have Leon, Paul Winfield. Directed by Rennie Harlan, who did Elm Street 4, Ford Fairlane, Deep Blue Sea. Long Kiss Goodnight, a lot of other good stuff as well. Die Hard 2. Cliffhanger is a badass. One of the best films from the 90s. And also that same year in 90, because I think that was 93. Yeah, 93. And I think this was also 93. It's another one of my personal favorites from Stallone. Demolition Man. Love this movie a lot. I love Demolition Man. Love the dynamic between him and Wesley Snipes. Love it. Judge Dredd. Guilty Pleasure. Armand Assante, Diane Lane, Rob Schneider, Jurgen Prochnow, Max von Sydow. I think the production value is really good, but that I think it could have been better, but it's a guilty pleasure, and especially because Stallone is just over the top fun in the movie. And then we have Daylight, which is another one that I love. Directed by Rob Cohen. I think this is the same guy that did this fucking camera pisses me off, I tell you. It froze on me because I think it hates me. But Daylight, I was saying that it's the same director who did, I think, the first Fast and the Furious. Rob Cohen did this. Another one that I love, Daylight. Another one that he did that's great is Copland. Love this movie. Directed by James Mangold. I mean, look at that cast. Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Annabella Sciorra, Michael Rappaport, Peter Berg, Janine Garofalo, Robert Patrick. Fantastic cast. Here's a film that I grew up with as a kid, and Stallone does have a voice in it. Ants, which actually Stallone is right there. This character. Really fun animated movie about these ants. And it's got a good voice cast. Woody Allen, Sharon Stone, Sylvester Stallone, Gene Hackman, Christopher Walken, Danny Glover, Dan Aykroyd, Anne Bancroft, Jennifer Lopez. Really good voice cast in this. Underrated one that he did that I think is a lot of fun is Get Carter. I love this one. Of course, it's the remake of the Michael Caine Get Carter. I think Stallone is a lot of fun in this. You also have Rachel Lee Cook. You have Alan Cumming. Michael Caine is actually in this as well. You have Mickey Rourke. Then the other film that he did that was kind of close to being in a horror film fashion, of course, is I See You, which I also really love. Whereas a serial killer killing cops, and Stallone has to try to figure out who it is. This is another one that has a great cast. Tom Berenger, Charles S. Dutton, Sean Patrick Flannery, Dina Meyer, Robert Patrick, Robert Prosky, Courtney B. Vance, Chris Christopherson. Great cast. And the last one that I have that Stallone's in, he has a small role in this. Not really a big role, but he does have a small role in this. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And of course it has Kurt Russell as well. I think it was their first film together after Tango and Cash. But that's my Stallone collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.